It was a chilly evening, the kind where the wind howled through the trees and the streetlights flickered as if whispering secrets to the night. The highway stretched long and endless, cutting through the dense forest like a silver ribbon. Cars rushed past, their headlights illuminating the damp road, unaware of the extraordinary moment that was about to unfold. Somewhere along this isolated stretch of road, an unusual sight halted the rhythm of the night. A panda, yes, a panda, sat right in the middle of the highway, its large, round eyes staring blankly ahead. Its fur was matted with dirt, and its body trembled slightly as if exhausted. It was a sight no one expected, a creature that belonged deep within the bamboo forests of China, now stranded in a place where no panda should ever be. In the distance, the low rumble of an approaching vehicle echoed through the silent road. A sleek black sedan, its engine roaring like a beast, sped towards the panda. Inside the car, Daniel and Mia, a young couple returning from a weekend getaway, were lost in conversation. The music in their car played softly, and laughter filled the space between them. But in a split second, everything changed. Mia's eyes widened as she caught sight of the panda sitting motionless on the road ahead. "Daniel, stop the car!" she screamed, her voice sharp with panic. Daniel's instincts kicked in, his hands gripping the steering wheel as he slammed the brakes. The tires screeched against the pavement, the scent of burning rubber filling the air. The car skidded, its headlights illuminating the panda's frozen form. It was a matter of seconds, seconds that felt like an eternity. And then, just as the car was inches away from disaster, something unbelievable happened. The panda, as if breaking free from an invisible trance, leaped to the side with surprising agility. It rolled onto the grassy edge of the road, narrowly escaping what could have been a fatal accident. The car came to a jerking halt just past the spot where the panda had been sitting. The silence that followed was deafening. Daniel and Mia sat still, their hearts pounding against their chests. Daniel exhaled sharply, gripping the steering wheel with trembling hands. "Did we just almost hit a panda?" he asked, his voice filled with disbelief. Mia, her breath shaky, turned to look back. The panda was now sitting at the edge of the road, staring at them with an expression that seemed almost human, one of gratitude, relief, and something else they couldn't quite place. Without thinking, Mia unbuckled her seatbelt and stepped out of the car. "Mia, what are you doing?" Daniel called after her, but she was already walking towards the panda. The panda didn't move. It simply watched as she approached, its large eyes reflecting the golden hue of the streetlights. Up close, Mia noticed its rough condition. Its fur was dirty, its body thin, and there was a small cut above its eye. This panda had been through something terrible. Daniel hesitated before joining her. "This doesn't make sense," he murmured. "How did a panda end up here?" Mia reached into the pocket of her jacket and pulled out a granola bar. It wasn't bamboo, but it was something. She unwrapped it and held it out. The panda sniffed the air before inching closer, cautiously taking the bar from her hand. It chewed slowly, its movements weak but steady. "We can't leave it here," Mia said, turning to Daniel with determination in her eyes. Daniel sighed, running a hand through his hair. "And what do you suggest? We put a whole panda in our car." Mia crossed her arms. "Would you rather leave it here to get hit by another car?" Daniel looked at the panda, then at Mia. He knew there was no arguing with her when she set her mind on something. With another deep breath, he nodded. "Fine, but this is the craziest thing we've ever done." Gently, they coaxed the panda towards the car. Surprisingly, it seemed to understand their intention and climbed into the backseat with minimal hesitation. Mia quickly covered the seats with a blanket from the trunk before shutting the door. As they drove away, Daniel kept glancing at the rearview mirror, watching the panda settle into the warmth of their car. "Where are we even taking it?" he asked. Mia was already dialing a number on her phone. "Animal rescue. We need to find out if any zoo or sanctuary is missing a panda." After a few tense minutes, they got through to a wildlife organization. When Mia explained their situation, there was a long silence on the other end before the person finally spoke. "Are you serious? A panda on the road?" Yes, Mia insisted. We almost hit it, it's hurt and weak. The person on the phone was quick to take their location and instructed them to meet at a designated spot where a team would be waiting. It was a 40-minute drive, and every second felt surreal. The panda sat quietly, occasionally shifting its weight, its presence an impossible mystery. When they finally arrived at the meeting point, several wildlife experts were already there, along with a small truck equipped for animal transport. As soon as they saw the panda, their faces reflected a mix of astonishment and concern. One of the experts stepped forward. "You have no idea what you've just done," he said, his voice filled with both gratitude and disbelief. "This panda, it was reported missing from a sanctuary 2 weeks ago. We thought it was lost forever." Mia gasped, "How did it end up here?" The expert shook his head. "We suspect poachers. Someone might have been trying to smuggle it, but it either escaped or was abandoned. You saving it, it's nothing short of a miracle." Daniel and Mia exchanged a look. A miracle, that was exactly what it felt like. As the team carefully transferred the panda into the rescue vehicle, Mia gave it one last look. The panda, now safe, glanced back at her with those same deep eyes, as if saying thank you. And then, just like that, it was gone. As Daniel and Mia drove home, the weight of what had just happened sank in. They had saved a life that wasn't supposed to be there, but had found its way to them in the most unexpected of circumstances. As the car moved down the road, Daniel let out a soft chuckle. "You know, I think we should start a blog or something. The adventures of 2 people who rescued a panda." Mia laughed. "I'd read that." The night stretched on, but something about it felt different. As if, in that one moment of fate, they had become part of a story much larger than themselves. Maybe it wasn't just luck. Maybe the universe had chosen them. And with that thought lingering in the air, the road ahead felt full of endless possibilities.